Father Julio Mensal celebrates his first year of priesthood. Juniors take their first step into applying for college. A historical moment in Congress as President Trump is impeached for the second time. The Vatican begins its vaccination, and you might be thinking of visiting this local historical estate in this time of COVID. WBLN News starts right now.
Hey Belen, I'm Adrian Fraga.
And I'm Carlos Perez Abreu, and here's your news for today. Monday marked Father Julio Mensal's first year anniversary of his priesthood. Jose Zeraluki has the story.
This past Monday marked Father Julio Mensal's one-year anniversary of his priesthood. Mensal talked with us about what his priesthood has been like and what he looks forward to most.
So the first year has been a challenge because, like many things throughout the last year of 2020, there was a pandemic. So it's been a pandemic priesthood, as it were. But it's been great because it's opened up new opportunities, like saying virtual masses right from this chapel. And throughout the year when we were doing virtual learning, Father Willie, Father Sines, and I would get together and we'd say Mass here for the whole community. So while it was kind of a mixed bag, it was definitely filled with a lot of blessings. Looking forward to the priesthood, I mean, a lot of people ask, like, most common question to a priest is, do you ever want to have a family? And I mean, the answer to that sense is obviously yes. But what I like about the priesthood and what I look forward to the most is being a part of families in different ways. And really get to kind of claim all families as my own, as God's family, is kind of the idea. So I look forward to saying, giving baptisms, being there present for couples when they're getting married. When I was a senior at Belen and when I was a student at Belen, I was thinking about the priesthood. I was considering it as an option, but I wasn't like totally committed. I just knew that it was a possibility that the Lord might be calling me to do this in the future. And I kept up with Father Willie, Father Cartay, and all of the Jesuits here over the course of time, Father Sines also. And over the course of time, the vocation really kind of blossomed and it really kind of flourished to where it is now.
Father Mensal is looking forward to his future in the priesthood and growing his relationship with God. For WBLN, I'm Jose Zeraluki.
The juniors here at Belen get started on the application process as they start to meet with their college counselors this semester.
For juniors, the college application process is right around the corner. With applications due as soon as next fall, they gotta get the ball rolling.
As college counselors, I like to describe that we play the role of a coach. Juniors are at the point where we need to be on the go, okay? What does that mean? That means that they should be reaching out to their college counselor and scheduling an appointment if they haven't already. And we will do our introductory meeting with the juniors. Basically, it's our way of getting to know where a student is in the process right now. As a junior, have you not even considered college, which that's okay if they haven't, but at the same time, maybe someone already has a set list in mind and they're gonna come and just show us a list, and that's fine too. So we wanna get a sense of where the student is in the process, and that'll help us understand what we need to do to help you get to the process of applying to college. Now is the time for juniors to get the ball rolling if they haven't already. And with that, I'm gonna say, obviously we have a little shift happening in our office with Ms. Bonvecchio going on maternity leave. So juniors that have Ms. Bonvecchio as their assigned college counselor, they are going to have a reassignment in terms of who their college counselor will be for the next few months. So those students will still be able to get that support. They'll just be seeing either myself, Mr. Chambers, or Ms. Ziquez for the next couple months. The college process is not hard. Ask any senior. It's not a hard process, it's just tedious. So the longer you procrastinate, and I know we're masters of procrastination sometimes, the longer you procrastinate, the more work you're giving yourself in the end.
This process is not just between the counselor and the student. The family can and should be involved too.
So far what we've done is Tommy, my son, has put together a list of schools that he's interested in. We also started him with the test prep process, looking at which test is better for him and doing the test prep course. And basically the way it worked, she asked Tommy, we're there more to listen, and we had questions we asked, but she asked Tommy what schools he was interested
Historic first. The House is impeaching President Trump for a second time, making Donald Trump the first president in history to be impeached twice. The vote coming 1 week to the day after a violent mob took over the Capitol in a deadly insurrection. We go up to Jose Zaraluki to explain the vote and what happens next.
Armed troops keep guard both outside and inside the Capitol, all to protect lawmakers on a historic day. The second impeachment of President Donald Trump.
We are debating this historic measure at an actual crime scene, and we wouldn't be here if it weren't for the President of the United States.
The impeachment comes 1 week after the siege on the Capitol. A bipartisan majority in the House impeached President Trump on one count, inciting an insurrection.
The President of the United States incited this insurrection, this armed rebellion against our common country.
I cannot think of a more petty, vindictive, and gratuitous act than to impeach an already defeated president a week before he is to leave office.
President Trump has denied responsibility for the violence.
From the President, I urge that there must be no violence, no lawbreaking, no vandalism of any kind. This is not what I stand for.
Unlike President Trump's first impeachment in 2019, this time, 10 Republicans voted with Democrats to impeach.
With a heavy heart and clear resolve, I will vote yes on these articles of impeachment.
However, most House Republicans say that the impeachment will do more harm than good.
A vote to impeach will further fan the flames of partisan division.
While the House has the power to impeach, it's the Senate that holds a trial and can eventually remove Trump from the presidency and potentially ban him from ever seeking office again. This will most likely not happen until after the Biden administration takes office. For WBLN, I'm Jose Zaraluki.
The vaccine has reached the Vatican. A Vatican spokesman says it began giving COVID-19 shots on Wednesday. They're being distributed in the auditorium where Pope Francis often holds his weekly general audiences. The Vaticans didn't say who the first recipients are or whether the Pope has been immunized yet. Pope Francis said over the weekend it's an ethical duty for people to get the vaccine, and he plans to take it. There's no word on which version of the vaccine the Vatican is using. It's been around for many years and has made its mark in the history books. Adrian Frago went to check it out.
In Palmetto Bay, there's a historic house museum and nature preserve no one knows about. The Deering Estate was the retirement house of Charles Deering, who was an avid collector and an enthusiast of the outdoors. He bought over 400 acres of land in the 1800s and chose to preserve it. Today, the estate is considered a Dade County historic site.
Today, the Deering Estate is over 450 acres of land. It is a historic house museum and nature preserve. And here we introduce students to everything that shapes the Miami they know today. We start with things like marine biology through our education program, and we introduce students to the local area history, including the creation of the town of Cutler in the 1800s. Charles Deering collection of artwork and objects fills both of the historic house museums today, and it's a touchstone for all of the cultural and artistic works that he was drawn to. Through these programs today, we encourage students to explore the natural world and interpret what they experience in new art forms. It is our continuing stewardship of Charles Deering's legacy.
Deering Estate admission is only $15 for adults and $7 for children. The estate is a great getaway from the craziness of 2020 and a fantastic way to start your new year. For WBLN, I'm Adrian Fraga.
What's up, Wolverines? I'm Alfredo Diaz, and here are your sports for today. The Wolverines basketball teams continued a strong start to the season as they each captured victories against Terra and split games against Florida Christian. Deshaun Watson has remained on bad terms with the Houston Texans management. The Dolphins seem to be a prime trading partner, as they would send a package including Tua and multiple first-round picks. Watson's only 25 and is currently on pace for a Hall of Fame career. Your Miami Heat face off with the Philadelphia 76ers Thursday night in a rematch of Tuesday's overtime game. Tyler Hero looks to continue his streak of 2 consecutive 30-point outings. And former Rockets star James Harden was traded to the Brooklyn Nets Wednesday. This creates the greatest offensive trio in NBA history, as he, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving can score from anywhere on the court. The 4-team trade also sent Victor Oladipo and 4 first-round picks to the Rockets, Karis LeVert to the Pacers, and Jarrett Allen to the Cavaliers. That's it for sports. Now back to Carlos at the desk.
That's all your news for today. Remember to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And remember to stay safe and stay golden, Wolverines.